Listen, you're probably spending hours upon hours editing visual masterpieces inside your bedroom. You're pacing every single little frame, adding animation upon animation on top of it, just like all the pros are doing, and something still feels off. And trust me, bro, I've been there. 5 years ago, I was in my grandma's backyard adding tons of effects in iMovie, my first software that I started on, and yet I was confused why I wasn't getting results like these guys. The ones who weren't editing, but, they're still raking in all the money. But here's the truth. It's not the effects. Otherwise, these guys would just be broke. It's actually the psychology behind the message that these people are conveying, even without editing. And once you understand the psychology, everything clicks. Wait, did you see that? That match cut didn't line up. But let me tell you why it's okay in this specific context. Why did that match cut feel different? Well, it's probably because everybody else, whenever they do a snap transition, they line up and it actually looks cool. So how come that one sticks out like a sore thumb? Well, it's because it's different. In the midst of all the noise, there has been an established pattern of when somebody snaps, the match cut automatically syncs up perfectly. But this video is different. And this is where the first principle comes into play. Contrast creates focus. This was said by Jordan Orm and Hayden Hillier-Smith on their podcast, The Editing Podcast. Clever name. But you can attract focus to the wrong things, just like I did at the beginning of this video. That can be in the context of the broader environment of YouTube, but in this context specifically, I'm interrupting a pattern that can be on the timeline or also the entire environment. So my call to you is to just be aware of what kind of patterns you're setting up in your editing and what kind of patterns you're breaking. I have a whole masterclass on this, which you can check out in the link in the description, which teaches you how to edit for psychology. But this brings me to my next point. Hormozi said it best, branding is just choosing the things you want to be associated with. And you can very much do the same thing in your editing. What do I mean by that? Well, picture this. You have this one girl and she's laughing, and then you cut to a picture of another guy. Well, with those two videos side by side, you would think that she is actually laughing because of the guy, because that is what follows. Okay, well that makes sense. But what about if you replace that guy with a big pile of you know what? Then it takes on a whole new meaning of the edit. You can just be using stock footage clips, but sometimes you unknowingly do this as a video editor. That's the concept of juxtaposition. And the psychology of what you're choosing to associate with, it just messes with the viewer's head. Another reason why your psychology in your video might kind of suck is because you don't have very much character development. You watching this right now, you are a character. And I'm not just saying that as some kind of joke. You're a character. You have a very specific problem, which I know is you don't know how to make good videos yet. Of course, you're learning, you're ambitious, you're just like me, and I want to help you grow. This video is designed to help you as a character go on your journey to reaching this final goal or destination, which is becoming a better video editor. But there's something stopping you. And quite frankly, it's the way that you're looking at editing videos. This development that I am explaining right now, this is something that you're subconsciously answering in every single video that you edit. Whether you know it or not, you're taking your viewer throughout this journey. And because editors don't know that, their stories kind of suck. They don't know that they're actually helping a viewer through this transformation, and they're just giving them brain rot. And it's like, man, you could be doing so much more for your viewer than just entertaining them. You could be changing their life through content, but you don't understand. Sorry, I'm getting a little passionate, but writing and editing go hand in hand. I say it on my editor's weekly newsletter. When you're writing a story, you want to understand how the flow actually works. This is a graph of one of the videos that I made in the past. The vertical represents how much energy is actually happening in that video. What kind of motivation is happening for each cut? Is it going to be a powerful and impactful portion of the video, or is it going to be a little bit slower, maybe a little sad? And that is going to determine what kind of editing takes place. That happens in your writing process, but this also happens in your editing. So how do you create progression of a character? Well, it's about the amount of information you're giving them that leads to their goal. See, when you're walking a character through the story, they need to overcome certain challenges. And when you present information to them, they can use their character, their flaws, and their gifts to go unlock that next step in getting to their goal. You're helping them by giving them information. And as the rate of information increases, the energy also increases. You're giving them more to work with. And this information, it isn't just intellectual, it's also emotional. You're giving them pieces of information, and as the story progresses, the character progresses. You're providing a transformation, whether you know it or not. This next piece of psychology is kind of a crime, if I'm not gonna lie. And it's using the wrong mood inside your videos. If I was to play this track for the entirety of this video, it would give a completely different meaning versus this one, which is a little bit more proper. See, you can't polish a turd. If this video that I'm creating right now is bad, if the overall raw content of this video is bad, it's going to be so much more difficult to polish it up, because as I talk about in my YouTube authenticity video, you're just covering up something that is not genuine. It's going to be inauthentic, and then you're ending up with this thing. It's just a shined up turd. That's all it is. And so because it's coming across as fake, because you're using this weird color grade that you think looks cool, but it's actually not playing to the rest of the video. When you use these sound effects that sound great, yeah, they're fine, but they actually don't serve the rest of the video at all. When you're using this music that is trying to convey this emotion, and trust me, I've done this improperly in the past. When you use music to convey the wrong emotion of the rest of the video, it actually creates this psychological dissonance, and it actually causes your viewer to not trust you. This last point is something that I used to struggle with in the past, and I'm still struggling with it. I'm still trying to figure out how to do this. A lot of people think that editing fixes everything in the video, and that's completely false. When you edit, you enhance and you dumb down different parts of the video. And when you over edit, first off, you're editing for one kind of person that prefers this over edited style. If that happens to be the viewer that you're targeting, by all means, over edit all you want, because that's what they enjoy and that's what they ultimately want from your videos. But when people are copying Mr. Beast all the time, they didn't understand that worked for a very particular audience, but it doesn't work for everyone. It's not based off of first principles, it's based off of trends. And you have to understand that first principles, which are the core truths of reality that work no matter what, they stand the test of time. When you edit based off of first principles and not trends, you make lasting impact that's going to stand the test of time. As trends pass, as trends go, the principles stay the same. That's biblical. I mean, that's something that's straight out of the Bible. There's nothing new under the sun. People always have these psychological needs, this Maslow's hierarchy of needs, to be wanted, to be loved, to be accepted, to have this self-actualization, this higher calling in their lives. Until you can satisfy those first few things, they aren't going to listen to you when you talk about your dreams and your big visions and stuff, until they feel loved, until they feel cared for, until the roof is over their head, until they're fed. Those are first principles. Until you can be a person who creates and doesn't just copy, I think there's going to be a lot of head spinning for you. This video is unlike anything I've ever done before. This edited video, but it's very unscripted. It's very off the cuff. I have no idea if I'm going to change my mind on a few things that I'm saying here, but God is good. Go watch another video if you feel inspired. I'll see you guys in the next video.